Do you have a V4 and you're thinking about adding the Ingenuity Precision Trickler to it? Well, up until now it's been kind of a tough thing because you have to kind of strip out the original cables and, you know, match up the plugs and stuff like that. It hasn't been a very intuitive process. And to be fair, the Ingenuity Precision was not designed to go on a V4 originally. It was designed to, you know, improve a V1 through 3, which it does phenomenally well. And even Paul from Ingenuity Precision will tell you that the V4 is a marginal improvement on top of the V4, whereas it is a massive improvement on the V1 through 3. But he has now released one of these, which is a jumper, bridge cable, whatever you want to call it. And I will tell you that this is awesome. It made life really easy, and full disclosure, I did not pay for this one. He needs some help testing it out, so he sent me one to play with. So if you buy one of these, how do you make it work? Well, you're going to have to remove the cable from the small trickler side, which, if you're looking at it, is on the right side here. And in case you don't know, it's or forget, it's the one that the tube, the pulley is connected to the small tube on. So we just need to get that out. Well, the easiest way is take a little flat screwdriver, or, you know, I just take a pair of tweezers here, and you just want to work these ears back and forth a little bit, and it'll eventually pop out. Don't pull on the cables, that's really bad, and you can break them that way. And this is not a cable that you want to try replacing easily. So, you know, there's that. So let me just pop these ears and take your time. You're only going to do it once probably. All right. I'll show you this in a second. So anyway, there we go. Cable's out. Now all you have to do is, it's a female end. You just find the male side of this cable, and obviously it's going to connect together. Now, you would just normally put this down and then connect this to the stepper motor. But I do want to show you one other thing to consider, which is you have to isolate the small tube so that powder doesn't go down inside of it and then over time eventually vibrate out the front. I accomplished this by, I don't know, I picked up this little cap off something at Ace, or I don't know, hardware store. Anyway, it fits over the back beautifully. You could get something that fits the front if you want to pull it on and off more regularly, but either way you need to isolate that tube so stuff doesn't fall out. Now, this often begs the question, because people have asked on my other videos about the Ingenuity Precision, which is, do I even need it for a V4? You know, and honestly, no, you don't. It's not like it upgrades the V3 or 2 or whatever you have over there. The V4 is a totally different design, different software, and the Ingenuity Precision, because of how it works, is at the mercy of the software. And because this software works different, you're not going to get the speed increases, and you're not going to see a massive increase on accuracy like you do on a V3. On the V4, it's a lot more controlled. I know people have some overthrows on the V4, and yes, this will 100% fix that. 99.9% fix it. I hate to say 100%, but when set up correctly, you really don't get overthrows with this. But, you know, this is a software-driven system. I have no doubt over time Adam will work to improve that as well. So, you know, it's a system, right? And you got to kind of figure out what makes sense for you. Now, in my case, I've got a 4 and a 3, so there's no reason not to run them with the Ingenuity on both sides. But I'll be honest, there's times where I've tested and run the V4 without it, and it's just fine, you know. But that being said, if you're getting the Ingenuity Precision and you want to upgrade a V4, I think this is a fantastic way to do it. It's a very inexpensive cable, and it just gives you options. You know, I have, you know, a few friends that have both a 4 and a 3. They do all their load development on the 4 because it is far more versatile for doing load development. But the truth of it is, a V3 is a fair amount faster when you have it hooked up with this thing. I will tell you, equal to equal, running 100 rounds, I can beat, my V3 is running about 28-29 minutes on 100 rounds, and that's if I'm not trying to do like a speed run. If I'm just going at normal paces with, you know, little hiccups here and there, versus about 35 minutes on the V4. So about a 7-minute difference on 100 rounds, and that's with me having them both tuned up pretty well and using, you know, a charge that's over 50 grains. Obviously, I don't like doing speed comparisons because everybody's powder is different. You know, 50 grains of one powder will meter differently than 50 grains of another. And then you've got guys that are loading maybe 30 grains in a BR type cartridge versus, you know, 50 or 60 grains in a 284 or a SOM. You know, those times are never going to be comparable. So, you know, could I run 30 grains of varget in this thing and just be ripping them out in 8 or 9 seconds or less, yeah, absolutely. But when you're dumping out 50 to 60 grains of powder, it takes time, and there's never going to be a really, really quick way to do that. It's always going to take longer for 50 or 60 grains than 30 grains. Like, it's just math or physics or whatever. So anyway, that being said, Ingenuity Precision, here's your jumper cable if you need one. They're on his website now, and if you haven't had a chance and you've been wanting to get one of these, they have been absolute hen's teeth lately. He is in the process of making more. He now has a back order system up and running to help guarantee that you can get one as soon as possible. So that's all I have for that. Hope you guys are having a good one. We'll talk later.